Hi, T.O.T. Carlson here, and I'm back with more classic hard rock. UFO has always been one of the most criminally underrated classic hard rock bands of all time, and their live album from the late 70s, Strangers in the Night, has always been hailed as one of the greatest live releases of all time. We've seen many reissues of this album over the years, and I think we may finally have arrived at what could very well be the definitive edition of that release. This is the UFO Strangers in the Night 8 CD box set, which was just released not too terribly long ago. I think this has been on the market for a little while. This has a 2020 copyright date, so about 2 years this has been available now. I just got it a little while ago, and being one of my favorite albums, it was something I knew I had to get my hands on. Got that classic cover art there, of course. Top of the box, bottom of the box. Got our barcode and legalese down there. Side of the box, other side of the box. Essentially, this is the original 2-disc live album plus 6 discs, each one consisting of one of the original 6 concerts from which the Strangers in the Night album was compiled. So now we're going to take this out of here, put this aside, and then this inner box, of course, kind of continues the theme of the original album artwork. Here's our discs that have the individual components on them, so we'll take those out now. Okay, and we'll start out here with the booklet. This actually gets its own case. Got a list of the shows and the track lists on the back. Booklet comes out here. That all too familiar artwork there. I mean that in a good way. And we got some nice information and rare photographs from that period. Here's a photo of the band lineup that recorded the album. This was UFO's classic lineup with vocalist Filmora, guitarist Michael Schenker, drummer Andy Parker, guitarist keyboardist Paul Raymond, and bassist Pete Way. Sadly, Pete Way and Paul Raymond are no longer with us, but I am glad to see that the surviving members of the group are still going strong, doing their thing. So now we'll move on down the list, and we'll take a look at the individual discs included in this set. The first 2 discs are actually a reissue of the original 1978 album. So this is in a reproduced gatefold sleeve, resembling what the original vinyl looked like. Here's our first disc. Got the Chrysalis logo on there, and of course the classic UFO logo. Now, most releases of this album just fit on one disc, but I see what they were going for here. They wanted to reproduce how it originally looked, and I get that. This is the original release reproduced with the original running order. 2 of the tracks that are on this album, Mother Mary and This Kid's, were actually studio tracks that had crowd noise added. Those were not performed at the dates that comprise these shows. There are also 2 tracks performed at these shows, On With the Action and Pack It Up and Go, which were recorded at those shows but not put on the original album. A remastered CD that came out around 2005 added the songs Cherry and Hot and Ready to the running order and switched it around to better resemble the track running order of the concerts in that era. Although this doesn't include the remastered 1-disc album. It's just got this 2-disc reprint of the original. And I guess we didn't really need that there since we've got complete concerts to look at as well. These are concerts that were recorded between the 13th and the 18th of October 1978 on American tour dates. So we'll start off. First of all, we got 13th of October 1978. This was recorded at the International Amphitheater in Chicago, Illinois. Got these awesome looking record company sheets on the sleeves and track lists on the back. Each one of these also comes in a inner sleeve, and these are like puzzle pieces where you're supposed to be able to put together the front and back cover art. Unfortunately, there are only 6 of these. I tried to put them together, and it turns out you can only make the entire front cover and the bottom half of the back cover. So I wonder if originally the 2 discs that came with the original album portion of this were supposed to have these as well. And the discs pretty much look the same as the discs for the main album. Next we have the Kenosha Ice Arena, Wisconsin. And then here's the inner puzzle sleeve for this one. And these just have the Chrysalis logo on the back. Then we have Live at the Tomorrow Club, Youngstown, Ohio on the 15th of October. Here's our inner sleeve for this one. CD6, Live at the Agora Theater, Cleveland, Ohio, October 16th. Live at the Agora Ballroom, Columbus, Ohio, October 17th. And Live at the Louisville Gardens, Louisville, Kentucky, October 18th, 1978. And here's our inner sleeve on this one. So you get the original album here, plus 6 complete concerts that they pulled stuff from to make this out. Now, like I said, on the original album, Mother Mary and This Kids were studio tracks that had crowd noise added, and then Pack It Up and Go and On With the Action were performed at these shows, but those were never included on the original album. I believe On With the Action was actually used as a B-side to the live Dr. Doctor single, if I'm not mistaken. And the track lists from show to show, they do differ slightly. There's more similarities than differences, but they do deviate a little from night to night, I guess depending on what was required in what market and so forth. But being a UFO fan, I absolutely loved going through and being able to hear the complete concerts that they pulled from to create Strangers in the Night. Of course, one of my all-time favorite live albums. This is Michael Schenker at his absolute best as a guitar player. Phil Mogg's vocals, some of the best in the business. And Paul Raymond's keyboard work, may he rest in peace. One of the most underrated men behind the keys in this business. For any UFO fan, this is definitely a dream release that they'll want to get their hands on. I was very happy to add this to my collection. And I think I found this on Amazon for just under like $50, which is not a bad deal considering you get 8 discs of content here. Original album, plus the concerts that were used to create the album. So for any UFO fan, this is a highly recommended release that deserves a place in your collection. Are you a UFO fan? Do you think Strangers in the Night's the greatest album of all time? What's your favorite UFO album and song? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.